Social Security is the foundation of most Americans' retirement plans. So, getting Social Security claiming right isn't an afterthought, it's essential. And these choices aren't simple. They involve balancing benefit amounts, mortality risk, policy risk, opportunity cost, client preferences, and the place of Social Security in the broader plan. That's why we've built a truly different tool that helps advisors have meaningful, valuable conversations and build solid plans that tackle all of the complexity behind claiming choices. Our goal with this tool is to keep things as easy as possible while still offering the most powerful analytics and client visuals available in the space. To start working on a new household, you can just jump right in, enter some client or prospect names and ages, and go. Sometimes you don't have much information, like when you're working with a new prospect. So I could estimate benefits based only on annual income. Or if you have more information, like the actual primary insurance amount or benefit at age 62, or even an entire earnings history, you can enter that and get extremely accurate analyses. Here we'll look at a couple in their early 60s with primary insurance amounts of $3,000 and $1,000. That way, we'll see some spousal benefits in this example. The first thing we see is a heat map, with one person's claiming options on the left and the others along the bottom. There are more than 9,000 possible claiming options, and here we see each option with a color assigned. The darker colors have higher total lifetime benefits under these assumptions. If this family only had one person in it, we'd see a bar graph instead of a heat map. We've automatically selected the highest value for you. But another goal of this tool is to help you show how simplistic rules of thumb are really not appropriate for real planning situations. Often, clients and prospects have preferences, fears, and opinions about when they'd like to claim. And often those ideas are reasonable and worth hearing out. So if we had simply built an overly simplistic tool that says everyone should always claim at age 70, we would have failed. Instead, we help you actively explore the trade-offs and the risks of different options live with the client. You can click here to see more information about the trade-offs around this claiming option. As I explore here, the values change. But I can always snap back to the option that's projected to have the highest total lifetime benefits. Now, often different claiming options don't actually differ much, so I can choose to highlight an area of the heat map that includes all of the claiming options that are relatively close to the highest option. Here, I've chosen to show all options within 2% of the highest. This display of a cloud of good options helps clients avoid the idea that there's one perfect choice. After all, this depends a lot on assumptions. And adjusting those assumptions is the real heart of a Social Security conversation. For example, this plan is assuming very long lives for each client. Well, that might happen. With Social Security, people often worry more about living shorter lives. So let's shorten these assumptions to be something more like an average. As you'd expect, somewhat earlier options now look better, and that cloud of reasonable options got a lot larger. Now I could claim as early as 67 and 62 and still be within 2% of what seems to be the optimal. We also want you to be able to easily address one of the core worries of most people today. Will the Social Security program ever have a cut in benefits? Here we can just turn on modeling of benefit cuts. Here we've chosen to default to the timing and size of cuts currently projected by the Social Security Administration. Again, earlier claiming options seem to look a little bit more attractive. And keep in mind that I can always explore other dates and sizes of reductions. All of this is easy, fast, compelling, and sets you apart as an advisor who understands the complexity of Social Security claiming and takes client concerns seriously. But perhaps nothing sets you apart more than showing clients how their claiming strategy affects the rest of their plan. After all, Social Security doesn't happen in a vacuum. To show this, we use Income Lab's exclusive and proprietary stress test feature. Here I'll compare extremes, claiming at 70 and at 62. We can see that claiming at 70 produces a lot more projected lifetime benefits. So that seems like an easy choice, right? Well, that depends. This stress test runs this plan through iconic and difficult periods from the past. Here we're looking at the global financial crisis. But we could also check out the dot-com bubble, 1970s stagflation, the Great Depression, and so on. For claiming at 70, we see that the portfolio has to do a lot more work early on compared to if benefits began at 62. Below, we see how this affects the portfolio balance. As you might expect, since claiming at 62 means taking less out of the portfolio, the scenario where claiming happens earlier results in a portfolio balance that's over $500,000 higher than if they had claimed at age 70. By surfacing this kind of information, you truly set yourself apart as an advisor who looks at the whole picture, not just total lifetime benefits. To refine your analysis, you can always include more information about the retirement portfolio and any other income that these clients expect. Here I can include any other income these clients or prospects might have, and the software will automatically adjust the stress test and overall benefit analysis for earnings adjustments and portfolio returns. Again, our goal is unparalleled analysis and clear, understandable, impactful presentations. Here we can see when different benefit types come and go, how they change over time, or view break-even points and other milestones. And we can always export a full PDF report showing the chosen strategy and how it would work and how it compares to other strategies. And if you ever need to scale up your planning coverage, you can always upgrade to Income Lab's broader planning suite. When you do so, every household you've already worked with will already have a fully built plan. How's that for scalable? Income Lab's Social Security Optimizer truly gives you a way to develop and deliver customized results, not canned rules of thumb, and expands the conversation beyond narrow benefits math to the larger planning picture, all in an easy-to-use tool you'll be leveraging from day one. So what are you waiting for? Get started today.